Hi, my name is Nicole Kading, and I'm an economist at the Tax Foundation in Washington, D.C. I'm here in Louisiana today to present Representative Julie Stokes with an award for outstanding achievement in state tax reform for 2016. 2016 was the fourth year that the Tax Foundation provided awards to state policymakers for their achievements in trying to overhaul state tax codes. 2016, we are awarding 12 individuals from 8 different states, and those individuals join our 21 previous winners, including 5 governors. Representative Stokes has done the yeoman's work of trying to reform Louisiana's sales tax code. Louisiana's sales tax code rates 50th on the State Business Tax Climate Index for not only having the highest rate in the country, but for also having an incredibly complex and convoluted sales tax base structure with multiple state and local bases. So on behalf of the Tax Foundation, I present Representative Stokes with this award. Thank you for all of your hard work in terms of tax reform here in the state of Louisiana.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you to the Tax Foundation for the important work that you guys do in helping legislators to be able to understand the nuances between states. You know, the biggest thing that we can do in terms of getting this right is to understand where Louisiana can compete if we change a policy and where it hurts Louisiana to change a policy. And these guys help us a whole lot in understanding what other states do. Great resource, so I appreciate it. Louisiana's sales tax base, we're ranked first in being the worst, first and the worst of having the highest sales tax rate. We are one of only 3 states that have what's called a disuniform base, which means that there's different things taxed everywhere. And we're one of only 3 states that has uncentralized collection. So we truly have set ourselves apart in a class that we don't really want to be in. And I'm very hopeful going into this session that we can make some moves to improve that. It desperately needs us to improve it, and I know that there will be plenty of legislation to straighten this out. We have a great chance to at least fix that base and bring down that rate, which would be enormously valuable to the businesses that are operating in this state right now. Quite simply, we just are in a class of our own. Reform is necessary so that we can be more like our neighboring states in terms of our structure. Our structure being what it is makes us uncompetitive in various realms, being that sales tax. We look at the taxation of certain things in property tax, like the inventory tax. Right now, the governor is looking at changing how we tax corporations. That's going to be a massive issue that the legislature will take up and understand, and we're going to get more information on that from the governor tomorrow. And one other thing that I know for sure will occur will be the reform of this sales tax base. Our sales tax base we're first in being the worst and highest rate. We are one of 3 states with a different set of things taxable at every governmental level, and one of 3 states that don't have centralized collection. So there's a lot to fix.
Louisiana's budget is in dire straits. The state's tax code in particular needs a complete and comprehensive overhaul. The state sales tax code, for instance, ranks 50th on the State Business Tax Climate Index. The state not only has the highest sales tax rate in the country, but it also has the most complicated and convoluted tax base of any state. There are state sales tax base, there are local sales tax bases. They're not the same in most instances. A lot of complexity for individuals and businesses in the state of Louisiana to deal with.
I came into the legislature in 2013, and within maybe 15 days of being elected was sitting on Ways and Means hearing then Governor Jindal's tax reform plan. The whole delving into what makes us unique and what we could do better, and even if that idea didn't work, the ideas that it generated just got me intrigued with it. And honestly, I've worked day and night on this topic since then. In the 2015 session, I think I had 47 bills to try to address various issues. Last year, I was in the top 5 of bills trying to address fixes that we could do to fix Louisiana structurally. Quite simply, we absolutely have to end this perpetual discussion of these deficits. We have sent a very inconsistent message to business, individuals, students, everybody out there that's just trying to live here in Louisiana, that you don't know where the axe is going to fall next. We need to stabilize our revenues. We need to make our expenses as efficient as humanly possible, and we need to get over this chapter in Louisiana's history.
We provided an award to Representative Julie Stokes for outstanding achievement on state tax reform for her work in trying to fix the Louisiana sales tax base and system. So Representative Stokes is one of 12 award winners for 2016, which was the 4th year that the Tax Foundation has provided awards. She joins award winners from a number of other states, including 21 previous award winners, which include 5 governors.
When we increased revenues to keep Louisiana government as afloat as it is at the moment, which is still experiencing mid-year and annual deficits, we enacted a 1 penny sales tax that we have sunsetting on June 30th of 2018. That extra penny, if it is not renewed or a replacement found for it, creates over a $1.5 billion fiscal cliff yet again. And yet again, Louisiana's students, Louisiana's families, Louisiana's companies are going to be having to worry about where that axe is going to fall next. We're not creating the kind of business and living environment fiscally that would make us a successful state. It needs to end.
She has really done the yeoman's work in trying to fix the sales tax here in Louisiana. She chairs the Sales Tax Streamline and Modernization Commission and has done a lot of work day in and day out to try to reform this complicated sales tax.
Our bond rating has been decreased 2 or 3 times this fiscal year. That's enormous. That shows that on the bond rating level that these guys understand that we are set up for failure right now, and they're keeping an eye on us. We want them to feel good about Louisiana. Just a few years ago, we were perceived as very strong, a very successful job creator, and we've let this fiscal dialogue derail us, and our unwillingness to address it, quite frankly, has the ability to turn what could be a relatively simple structural fiscal deficit into what could be an economic spiral for this state. We can't let that happen. We have enormous resources. The people of this state are so resilient. We have a culture that's second to none. This state should be flourishing. This state can flourish. We just need to stop this dialogue. We can't put it off another year.